I was texting with a college friend of mine the other day, and he was positing that we should change the feast day of our country from the Immaculate Conception, which is December 8th, to December 12th, which is Our Lady of Guadalupe. And his arguments were sound. He said, first of all, Our Lady of Guadalupe is the patroness of all the Americans, so it would make sense for her to take her as a national patron as well. And he also suggested that much of the strength of the U.S. Church today comes from our Hispanic parishioners. That's a lot of the reason why the Catholic Church hasn't shown the same demographic collapse as the mainline Protestant churches in this country. And I said these were good arguments, but he didn't realize why the Immaculate Conception was the patroness of our country to begin with. My understanding of it is that when the Immaculate Conception was made available, once the Church recognized that this was a truth of our faith, the U.S. bishops recognized in it an analogy for the founding narrative of our country. The founding narrative of our country is that we were a fresh start. We were leaving behind the problems of Europe, all of the politics and the wars and everything else that had been built up over so many centuries, and we were starting afresh. And the Immaculate Conception, Mary being conceived without sin, was a theological analogy for what we aspired to be as a country, which was a new start apart from sin. Now, the fact that the Feast of the Mother of God is on January 1 is far more related to Christmas than it is to the fact that it's the beginning of the year. In Christianity, we do octaves. An octave is 7 days, but it also counts both days on either side, so it's actually 8 days, so it's an octave. So for Easter, for example, Easter is always on a Sunday. The octave of Easter, we celebrate it until the next Sunday, which John Paul II has named Divine Mercy Sunday. And so we have this analogy, this completion of the time. Similarly, there used to be before Vatican II an octave of Pentecost. Pentecost was too big a day to celebrate once, so we had to celebrate it for 8 days until the 8th day. The 8th day in Christianity represents the new creation. It represents the next first day of creation, the day of resurrection. And so similarly with Christmas, Christmas is too big a day to celebrate for 1 day, so we celebrate Christmas for 8 days, ending on the 8th day as the Feast of the Mother of God. Mary being the moon to Jesus' son, always reflecting what her son does. And so we have the great celebration of Christ, and then 8 days later, the celebration of his mother. But I don't know if it's providence or coincidence, it doesn't really matter. The Feast of the Mother of God has been on January 1 for so long that it is helpful for us to remember today is not just Mary's day, but it's a day of new beginnings. And Mary and new beginnings are not disconnected from each other. Like I said, Mary being the Immaculate Conception, she represents for us a new beginning for humanity, a new beginning apart from sin, a new beginning restored in the grace of God. That's something many of us want all the time. It is helpful for us, as sinful human beings, to say, I need a time, I need a moment to start over. I need to put behind me the mistakes and the problems, and I need to resolve something new. Even those apart from religion like to make New Year's resolutions because they know their sinfulness, they know their need to improve, and they pick this day to do it. But as Christians, we have particular power in that desire. First, we have the sacraments. When we decide to start over, we have the grace of God to assist us. We have the Eucharist to give us strength, and we have confession, which gives us not just a day that we choose, but it gives us the true cleansing of God. It gets rid of all of those sins in actuality, not just in our mind. They're gone. We can start over afresh. And we also have a powerful patroness. We have Mary, the Mother of God, the new Eve, the Immaculate Conception, the one who represents for us what we all desire, which is a fresh start for our humanity. And she doesn't just represent this to us, she prays for us. If you need a powerful intercessor in your corner because you want to start something fresh, you want to resolve something new, you want to begin again, ask the Mother of God for her prayers. Because that's who she is. She is the fresh start for humanity. She is the one who lives perfectly into the new creation inaugurated by her Son. There are a lot of different ways to articulate the good news. What do we mean by the gospel? But today I would say the good news is that we are not our sins. We are not our mistakes. We are not our weaknesses. We are the beloved children of God, to whom He gives the power to start again, at any time, at any moment, whenever we want, with whatever we want, aided by the prayers of the saints, and particularly His Mother.